Welcome back, everybody. It's time for another Talking with Topher. This is episode 309. It is March 5th, 2026. And before I get into anything, let me start off the way I always do by saying thank you. Thank you to all of my subscribers. You keep me coming back. Remember to subscribe if you're new, stopping by, checking it out. Click, tap, do all the things. Leave comments. And then, of course, you want an opportunity to be a guest, tell your story, TALKIN with Topher at gmail.com. Send an audio, video, or type it out. Linktree link is in the description below the video, so go ahead, click that. It'll give you links to everything. And now, with all the housekeeping out of the way, let's get into today's episode. What's happening, everybody? What is happening? It's time to get this thing started. So, first thing I want to talk about is everybody's comments are fantastic. You have called me stupid, dumb, dull. But the one that bothered me the most was the one I got today. Today, actually. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to make this happen. All right, here, I'm going to show my friggin' shit, dude. I'm going to show my shit. Look, it says from Matt Durham 5683 about 29 minutes ago, do something to make us feel better. Lame ass thought process. Well, you know what? You're not wrong, Matt. You're not wrong, but it is how my brain works. And I'm not sure what I should be doing for you or what you need. So instead of telling me to make you feel better, I don't know, tell me how to make you feel better, I guess. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not here to make you feel good, right? I'm here to vent about my bullshit in my life, and if it triggers you into changing your life, then it worked. But I'm not here to make you feel better. I'm not here to make myself, I am here to make myself feel better. Because when I talk and I vent, I feel better. So you are confused, and if you need some other help, you know, I'm coming up on 10 years of no alcohol. I think I know how to deal with addiction pretty well. But I'm definitely not here to make anybody but myself feel better. So I just wanted to clarify that, get that straight. As for everything else, well, I don't know if I talked about it. I can't remember things, but it's now almost 2 years. March 10th will be 2 years separated from me getting pulled over and me and my wife getting arrested for psilocybin mushrooms. That was probably, and I'll be honest with everybody, if I really wanted to put my financial woes into a category or actually pinpoint where it fell apart, it was right there. It was right there. You know, and I do reflect on it, and I do the things that, you know, people say not to, right? You're not supposed to dwell on it. You're not supposed to, yeah, I go back to it all the time, man. I'm like, if I just could keep my foot off the fucking gas, man. If I could have just kept my foot off the gas, you know, if I could have just done this, if I could have just done that. And it's just like, it's been almost 2 years. I got 5 days until it's 2 years. But no, I still go back to it. I don't know. I wish that I had done things differently, but I didn't. And then I don't know. I just accept where I am now. And, you know, life has been very difficult for the last 2 years. It has been. It has been just an absolute nightmare. But here I am. Okay, here I am. 5 days away from 2 years being separated from that situation. It has been the most difficult 2 years I've had in 2 years, right? Like, that's it. But it is showing signs of getting better. I'm telling you, everybody, it's not like Like, it's not crazy signs. It's not like things have gotten to the point where everything is just, but it is getting a little bit easier. It is getting a little bit better. And it wasn't without me freaking out, losing my shit, quitting nicotine at the same time that my dad passes, and then the financial hurricane hit, and then on top of that, I ended up having to put I ended up having to put a car on credit card. So that is not an ideal situation, everybody. Granted, I am thankful I could do that. But not ideal situation to be in. And this is reality, and this is life, and this is truth. It's truth, everybody. So maybe this is what Matt needed when he needed me to make you feel better. Does this make you feel better? I mean, it's fine by me. I have to accept the reality that I could and did have to do all of this. You can't not have a car today. You just can't. So I hope that makes somebody out there feel better. And I do hope that somebody else out there maybe went, wow, I don't have it as bad. And then maybe somebody else who has it as bad or not worse understands that you can still get through it. It just may take longer than you were anticipating. So, all right, everybody. I think I've gone a little long in the tooth, on some personal stuff. It's time to dive in, everybody. Let's dive in. Here's my opening clip, everybody.
I can't believe some of you niggas dumb as hell. Nazi. Ashkenazi. Now, if you can't Google black Ashkenazi Jews, then you can say Hitler ain't black. But if you can Google black Ashkenazi Jews, then you see who the Nazis are. The black Ashkenazi Jews of Germany and Russia, Khazarian Jews.
Wow, right there, man. I mean, is this guy correct? It says, inverted minds have tainted your perception through deceit of history. This is a very black man that is saying to look him up. And hey, I don't know why he says if you can or if you can't. Can't anybody type in black Ashkenazi Jews and find out who the Nazis are? I thought this was fucking wild, everybody. I think all this shit's fucking wild. I think to call people a Nazi today is insane. I think it's insane. We need a new word. Like, I don't even think the Nazi Party was as terrible as it's been made out to be. I think everybody yelling Nazi at everything or calling them this shit, I think it used to meant like white supremacists, right? It's a white supremacy group. Nazis, the whole thing was about the white movement. So if you just literally call everybody a Nazi, it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And I get it. You want to say that the assemblance and the things are all the same. They're all the same. These people are doing it. When am I allowed to say the word Nazi then? I mean, if it walks like a dog and quacks like a dog, then it's a dog, right? Well, no, people. Because supposedly, if they were Nazis, then everybody that they were trying to overturn, and you can say that the ICE is the closest thing with these detention centers and stuff, but I still don't think you're right. I still don't think you're right to call them Nazis. I think it's time to find something new or make a new word up. You guys are good at that. You've made 85,000 genders, so why can't you make up a new word? Why do we have to recycle Nazi, which I don't even believe this is what it is? Why don't you just make up a new word? You made up all the genders, right? So I think it's time to really think about what we're saying here, because one, I'm not sure if the Nazi movement was a bad movement, and I'm not sure if calling them Nazis today is accurate. I just don't. I don't. Now, we've seen some shit. I'm not going to say that I'm blind. I've seen some shit. But if they were Nazis, everybody would be dead. Because that's what you told me the Nazis did. They killed everybody. They gassed everybody. They slaughtered people, right? That was the thing, right? I'm not seeing that today. So I don't know. This man might have a point. Look up Black Ashkenazi Jews. Now, the Zionist plan to use Islam against the Christian nation. I'm telling you, man, there's something up here. Something fucking up here. Check it out.
Israelis of today are direct, they're not at all the servants of God. They're direct, with some noble exceptions. There are always noble exceptions. But when you're talking about the Jews, you're talking about them in general. In general, they go along with their leaders who want the New World Order and who want to get rid of the old Christian world order. Islam has also been, it came into existence in the 600s and the 7th century. It was very possibly, or probably, created by Jews in order, as an instrument against Christendom. And then sure enough, the Arabs swept through North Africa and destroyed a whole part of Christianity in North Africa. They swept into Spain, thanks to the help of the Jews. It's well known that the Jews opened the cities to the Mohammedans. They took over Spain, and it took hundreds of years to get rid of them again, to get them back out. They went up into France until they got beaten at the Battle of Poitiers in 732. And again and again in European history, the Saracens, the Turks, the Arabs, the Muslims, there's various names for them, they've kept trying to get into, they're enemies of Christendom, they're enemies of Christian Europe, and they've tried to get into Europe again and again, and the Jews will each time, most likely, the Jews will have helped them, will have organized it, will have financed it. That's exactly what we see this time. It's George Soros who's been financing the Arab invasion. They've been organizing, and you have that famous clip on TV of Barbara Spector, the Swedish Jewess. It's a very famous clip, with good reason. And she's apparently ignorant of what she's saying. She says, we Jews need to organize the invasion of Europe by non-Christians so that Europe will become multicultural. Multiculti is an invention of the Jews, surely. And therefore, and that will act to dissolve the identity and vestigial Christianity of the once Christian nations and of the dilution of the once Christian white race. And once the Jews can dissolve the once Christian nations and can dilute the once white race by miscegenation, by mixing of the races, by marriage with other races, once they can do that, they're going to be a significant step closer to achieving their New World Order.
That's wild. It's wild. And this is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to say that what is happening today, if there were Nazis in the world today, it's Israel. Show me the definition of Nazi, and then look at everything Israel is doing today. If this is all true, then they are the Nazis, everybody. They're the ones trying to acquire a new world order. They're the ones trying to acquire, demolishing and diminishing and maybe even extincting Christianity, and also white people. Well, the Nazis supposedly wanted to kill everybody who was not white. Okay. They also... Oh, shit. So yeah. So Israel is the Nazis today. Well, there you go, everybody. I just figured it out. Do you feel better? All right. I mean, I just figured it out. Now that's where you can point the finger. There you go. There they are. I found them for you. All right, let's check this out, dude. Oh, my God. This is so crazy, and I believe this is so fucking true, dude. This is insane. Insane. Did anybody watch this? It was a great, great fucking episode.
The Luciferians cast a spell on the world. And,
For real?
Oh, absolutely. It's just like how vampires can't go into a house unless they're invited. They tell you, what's going on ahead of time. It's predictive programming. And once you say it out loud and you put it out there and make fun of it and do a little skit like Stephen Colbert did a little skit on his show where, oh, here's a baby. I'm going to take this baby and I'm going to give it to Moloch. And he goes into like a cloudy red, furnace and hands the baby over. And he's, oh, the baby's going to be fine. And they make a joke about it and the audience laughs. Okay, we're all now conditioned to it. We've all seen it. And by laughing at it,
But wait a minute.
we're complicit in
You
it.
think that that's on purpose, that this is like some sort of a grand design to get us to be desensitized to the idea of demons eating babies?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
For sure. And
And who do you
by the
think-
way,
but it's
nobody's doing anything about it. We know
Okay.
what's happening.
But that has to take, there has to be a person or some group of people
Yeah, like about
That is-
8,500 people. Yeah.
that are manipulating the Colbert Show?
They're manipulating everything. It's all an illusion. Like reality
Yes.
as we know it is fake.
Yes.
That's the revelation that guy is having. And he's looking around and he's like, it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Well, see, the thing about the emails is, one of the things is it's just stuff written down. And so that's sort of hard to digest. Like, what is this? Like, what are they saying? Like, some of it is in code, like walking over beef jerky, like talking about jerky. Could you walk beef jerky over to this person? Like, what does that
For
mean?
all this pizza they're talking about,
Right.
you never see any pizza.
Right. Yeah. They're
or
ordering pizza.
I'm going to get some grape soda. It's like with my cheese pizza.
Yeah.
And like there's all this coded language and everyone's like, oh, that's you just have pareola. You're just seeing things where you want to see them.
No, there's clearly a code. Well, that was the thing about
it's
Pizzagate.
absolutely a code. And in fact, mundus vult decepi, ergo decepiatur. It's a long-known concept. And so in Latin, mundus vult decepi means the world wants to be deceived. Ergo decepiatur. Therefore, it is. We want to be deceived. We don't want to believe the horrors that are actually behind the veil.
Well, I think with the Epstein files, people are, because of these emails that have been released, people are just now starting to be aware of the bizarreness of the code and some of the thing, like the facts. Like, let's just talk about the sulfuric acid. So this was like right
Yeah.
after he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
indicted
Mhm.
in 2000.
Yeah, I got to get rid of some bodies.
Yeah.
I got
How
to
much did he?
dissolve up some bodies.
What did it say he ordered? Like, let's
Like 8,000 gallons or
maybe we can get our sponsor Perplexity to process this and give us a synopsis of what exactly happened, some sort of a breakdown. Because one of the things they're saying is like he was indicted, and then right after he's indicted, he orders how many gallons?
6 55-gallon containers full of sulfuric acid.
655 gallons.
Jesus.
yeah. We're cleaning machines.
What?
Obviously.
they're eating babies, man. Like that's
Do you think so that you think is real? So
Well, yeah. Not only that, I think that there's sacrifices going on every day in Los Angeles. I mean, allegedly, like high level musicians, let's say, high level female musician is like killing chickens every day, doing sacrifices, like
high level.
I don't want to say. I don't want to say names because I don't want to get sued, and I don't want to be dead either.
What does it rhyme?
I don't know if anybody else was watching that with me, but I don't know who that singer is because I don't keep up with famous people. I'm actually very terrible with names, to be honest. So if you think my thought process is terrible, my name retention is even worse. Don't do drugs when you're young. That's all I can say. That's a good message, right? But yeah, she was sacrificing a chicken into a shower that was loaded with old blood and feathers. What the fuck, dude? This shit is happening all over the place. This shit has been happening, and now that it's being exposed, they're going to try and make us so numb to it with the TV and the programs and everything that they're just going to keep flooding us with it so that we just get desensitized to it, just like the school shootings and everything else. If enough of it happens, you just forget about it and you move on with your day. Which is why I think there are so many school shootings, to be fair. Because when something is massively tragic, they don't like to deal with it. So if they just make it happen over and over and over again, eventually everybody will shut the fuck up, and then it'll happen and no one cares anymore. Except for the parents of the children. Look, I know that sounds dark, but have you read these Epstein files? Is that really that far from the truth anymore? Nope, it's not. It's pretty disgusting. It's pretty goddamn disgusting, man. What is actually happening in this world? All right, so this whistleblower here, wild, everybody. Listen to this.
FBI whistleblower has this to say to America.
About a minute and a half, and then I want to turn the rest of my time to Mr. Jordan.
Yes, sir. I would just say that I consider the hearing today my last act of service as a public servant for the United States of America, and I'll give you my professional opinion. I personally have no confidence that the FBI will rein in its own conduct. There are no current effective checks and balances against them conducting lawless action with any type of correction in a legitimate time frame. Their ability to overclassify information can allow them to stonewall forever. My other recommendations are in the natural order. First, vote. The second is the Second Amendment. Arm yourself and know how to defend yourself. Make 3 to 4 friends in your neighborhood and promise to come to each other's mutual aid in times of hardship. And during the Great Depression, people stocked up a pantry. So I think that's a good practice, especially in our economic times. And make sure you have 3 to 4 months of food. As a person of faith, I'd say pray the rosary and read the gospel of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and live it every day. And that's all I have to say. Thank you for the time.
What? What, dude? So, wow. He said all that, and then he's like, pray. So we got to get prepared, everybody. Look, I don't want this to be happening. I don't want any of this. I hope none of this is happening. I hope that people are correct when they say that nuclear weapons don't actually exist. I really do hope for all of these things. I also hope to never see war on American soil. But it seems like there's something going to happen. There's something that's going to be happening, okay? I don't know what. I don't know. There's multiple things we've already gone over in less than 40 minutes. So I don't know, everybody. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane out here. But what do you think? Okay, it is 2026 right now. Do you think CERN broke us in 2012? I do. I do believe that CERN broke us, and supposedly they're shutting this thing down this year. They're shutting it down. They turned it on in 2012. They're shutting it down, and they're doing 5 years of maintenance on it. So it's supposed to come back on around 2031, 32, I believe. Look into it.
2012. You have been dead for 13 years. There is a terrifying theory that the world actually ended on December 21st, 2012. On that day, scientists at CERN turned on the Large Hadron Collider. The theory claims they pushed it too far and created a black hole that swallowed our Earth instantly. We didn't die. We shifted. Our consciousness was transferred into the nearest parallel universe. But this timeline is broken. Think about it. Has time felt faster since 2012? Does the sun look white now instead of the yellow you remember? Everything feels off because this is a simulation running on backup power. And you are just waiting for the server to crash.
It's not an interesting theory if it is possible that CERN created a black hole which we were instantly sucked into, but I just don't believe that there'd be a flip. I don't know. I think if you get sucked into a black hole, it's like complete annihilation. I don't know. Everybody else likes to think you come out on the other side. But then again, I'm also a person that still believes that when I die, I will just have those lights turn off and nothing else is going to happen, you know? So, I mean, I will have to say that I have felt like time has gone faster since lockdown. Because, like, during lockdown, it was like time was really slow, right? Because there was no work, no nothing. And then as soon as they were like, you can go back to work, everybody out of their house, 2 fucking years later, it seemed like at that point in time, there was no time left during the day. And I still feel that pressure every day. So that's when I noticed the increase of speed in our time, I guess you could call it. But interesting theory. I still think CERN has done something very interesting. What is going on today at CERN? We should probably take a look. You know what I mean? But this is some leaked audio, okay, of Erika Kirk celebrating her financial wins from Charlie's memorial.
The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and the stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy.
I just want to say that a common tactic that the people like Erika and TPUSA have been using to discredit people like Candace or anybody who's looking into this at all. If you look into the assassination of Charlie Kirk, what they say is that you're just doing this for clicks. Look at all the money she's making. They tried to pretend like it's Candace Owens who's the one who's capitalizing off of Charlie's death when she's just doing her normal show like she always has, and she's getting the same amount of views as she always has. Of course, that's called projection. Carl Jung teaches us that's projection. They're the ones who are actually rolling in the dough after Charlie's death, capitalizing off of his death. And you heard her, that's what she's talking about right now, about all the cash that they made off of his death. Isn't that what's happening right there? The same thing she's accused Candace Owens of?
100%. Yes. Yep. And it's not. She is something else. I can't believe, I just can't. I think she's evil. I don't know what's going on with Turning Points USA, but it is not what Charlie wanted. It is now what Israel wants. She is Israel. I think Turning Points USA is becoming a dark entity. Anything involved with Israel, bad. It's just bad. It's not good for us. It's not good for our economy, and it's not good for our America. That's where I stand. With America, not Israel. So AOC says the quiet part out loud. Well, what's the quiet part, AOC?
The lesson that they're learning is that Democrats are weak, and that next time we just need to hurt working people and working Americans more. Hurt working people and working Americans more to get them to fold.
So if you didn't catch that, okay, she openly says Democrats believe they didn't go far enough, that hurting working Americans more is the strategy to make people fold. Her words were not a slip. They were a confession. This is what they believe, everybody. Look, no matter what the working man is done, dude, we're all done. They want to cripple and destroy us. They have all of our money now, right? I mean, we have seen a wealth of growth that we have not seen before. They have acquired more money than they have in the last decade in 2 years. What? There's less jobs now. There's less jobs. There's more people after you quit, get fired. They actually go, do we need the person for that anymore? Or can we just make it work? And the percentage of people making it work today is way more than it used to be. And the percentages of you being able to have multiple jobs has gone down. The percentage of you being able to have one job and support your whole family is gone. That's gone. You need 2 jobs. So they have been destroying and working on hurting working Americans forever. The only difference between then and now, well, we know it. We see it. We read about it, right? It's in the Epstein files. So we're obviously all open-eyed to this today. So why wouldn't they try to hurt us even more to get us to go in their direction? Because if they're the ones that hurt us and we think it's the other ones hurting us, then we vote for them. Everybody's trying to hurt us, man. We just need something new. I wish we could collectively vote on that. So continuing on the Turning Points USA, there is some satanic psyops TPUSA, man. What is, like I said, there is something else here. I do not believe that Turning Point went in a direction that Charlie would have agreed with. Now, I might be wrong, right? I might be late to the Charlie bus. I don't know. What I know is that there's a lot of stuff coming up, and
Michael Aquino. So let's connect it, the Satanism to TPUSA. Michael Aquino did a paper called PSYOP to Mind War, which is what we're watching tonight, in PSYOP and a Mind War. And the co-author is Colonel Paul E. Valley, who also went on to become one of the founders of TPUSA. So,
what?
Paul E. Valley, Commander Colonel
Wow.
Paul E. Valley.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
that's crazy, huh? So the Super Bowl and the Turning Point's halftime shows was the PSYOP game. That was it right there. Pick a side. And I would have to say that, like, if we're going to look at it like that, then isn't it true if this was a PSYOP game? So you're telling me that the NFL was the good and Turning Points was the bad. I don't know about that. Maybe. I mean, if it is Israel, then yes. I mean, the cabal, Satan, the whole thing. But that's because Israel is involved with it 100% now. And I think that's what Charlie was trying to get away from. Shit, dude. I don't know anymore. This shit is wild, okay? It's a wild time to be alive where you're like, I don't know, hey, which Super Bowl I ended up watching them both, and I will have to say that, honestly, the most entertaining one was Big Bunny. It was Bad Bunny. I said Big Bunny, didn't I? Bad Bunny. It was Bad Bunny. But again, I just was upset about the subtitles. I just want, and I don't even, like, I don't even know if he was actually saying words, but we do have a translation.
Hey, so my auntie asked me why I got so many girlfriends. Hey, a lot of girlfriends. Today I got one and tomorrow I got another one. But I never marry. My auntie asked me why I got so many girlfriends. Hey, a lot of girlfriends. Today I got one and tomorrow I got another one. Man, I think I want to take them all to the VIP, Hey, well, they can be my auntie, and we're going to take a selfie and say cheese. They smile if they already been with me in the VIP, Hey, well, they can be my auntie, and we're going to take a selfie and say cheese. They can smile the ones that forget about me. Man, I like the Gabrielas and the Patricias and the Nicoles and the Sophias. My girl in kindergarten, her name was Maria, and my first love, her name was Talia. Got a Colombian that texts me every day. A Mexican girl that I don't even know. Wait, one from San Antonio, still in love with me. Puerto Rican girl, just from me, you see. I got a Dominican girl, body insane. Ooh, body insane.
There you go. I don't know if I'll be able to play that video, so you may have to go find it with the links provided, or maybe you've already seen it, but it is absolutely hilarious that he made it English. And that just helps me to understand what he was saying. But don't you find it absolutely hilarious that if this is the translation to that song, he's talking about just having all these girlfriends, fucking all these girls, doing all these things. I'm not going to put a ring on it while a real marriage is happening. That was a real marriage that happened on that national television that day during that Super Bowl halftime. Somebody actually got married while Bad Bunny is singing about just fucking everybody. Anti-marriage. And when he walked up to Lady Gaga, he goes, and now what you all been waiting for. So he was almost spitting in our face. But again, Turning Point USA could be part of the cabal. So I don't know which message was better, everybody. I really don't. Crazy to hear it in English, though, wasn't it? Now, Charlie Kirk, man, here we go. We're diving back in. You ready? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Charlie Kirk. They're saying that that shot was from 143 yards. We've got the acoustics from 2 different camera systems that were on the left and right side of Charlie Kirk facing the audience. The acoustics said that that shot came from 74 yards and not 143 yards to his front. They say there were no drones. We have video of a drone flying right in front of Charlie Kirk, away and upward at the same time the shots fired.
Really?
Yeah. So we looked at the drone, and what we found was there's a particular drone out there. It's got kind of like a hole shape to it. It's about that big. You can weaponize drones now. And not only that, you can install AI, so facial recognition. It will 100% pick your face out of 1,000 people. You can see it. So if I'm Charlie Kirk facing the audience, it flew over my head just like this, went just like that, and then the shot was taken. And it's out of the picture. It's so fast.
Whoa. So now they got footage of a drone. Yeah. Oh, wow. There has been so many ways that Charlie Kirk has died. And there's been a couple ways, well, Charlie Kirk isn't even dead. I don't know, everybody. I don't know. Was it a drone? Was it a bomb little thing? You know, we definitely know it wasn't the 308 or 30-06, whatever the fuck bullet it was. I can't even remember anymore. And we definitely know it wasn't Tyler. You know what I mean? So, man, I hope he doesn't go to jail for something he did not do. No, I hope he didn't. But these theories are very interesting because these, I do believe, are just theories. I mean, I don't want it to be true, but I do believe we all watched somebody get assassinated on the fucking internet in front of everybody that day across the world. So, and I think that was the message, honestly. I think that was the message. Nobody's untouchable, you know? And they have a way of changing the course of our history and our future. At any given time. At any given time. But could Charlie be hanging out with Epstein? Could they both be just chilling out? And I will tell you, I found some creepy shit about that fucking island, man. I mean, I'm thinking about playing it next week, but wow. Wow, some major, just terrible connections. And I'm loving it all. I'm loving it all, man. How can you not? It's exposing these dirty, filthy, evil people that all need to be accounted for, and they all need to go to prison, and all of their money should get distributed to all of the American citizens. That's where their money should go, back to where they stole it from. An email between Ariana de Rothschild and Jeffrey Epstein claims that when Hitler was destitute in Vienna, he lived in a shelter that was funded by the Rothschilds and the Epsteins. This is crazy, dude. This is in the Epstein files, everybody. This further confirms Hitler was controlled opposition. See my World War II Truth Highlight info on Instagram. Look, I'm gonna read this because it's wild. First, it turns out to be 100% true. Hitler was selling his clothes and artwork and living in a shelter funded by Jews. Epstein, Rothschild, and Gutman. No conspiracy. The Epsteins were the Vienna bankers, bought their bank on the ring, hence still Pallas Epstein. Where are you? I'm in bed with your cold. Whether it's a way to say that generosity is not rewarded or that conspiracy theory still exists is quite pathetic. Ariana de Rothschild on 31st December 2018, 5:52. I thought you'd find amusing that in a Harvard class on Hitler, they told the story of when he was so poor, he lived in a shelter for the homeless and destitute. that he had been financed by the three wealthy families, the Gutmans, the Epsteins, and the Rothschilds. It turns out to be accurate. Dude, this is crazy. Now, this is also keeping in mind that Hitler was transported to the Americas, Argentina, think Seinfeld, soup Nazi, after the war, like other Nazis, to NASA in Operation Paperclip. So, dude, I mean, it's not that far-fetched. And I'm sorry, there has been a ton of stuff about this. And about him being in Argentina, and about him being in these areas, and how it was so Germanized in that one spot. I'm telling you, man, I do believe everything's a lie. It's all lies. It's just all lies all the time, man. Now, dude, this is wild, and I'm not a big Stern follower anymore, but this is very interesting to me, so just take a listen. Check this out. I mean,
Obama's ICE chief gets an award for 920,000 removals. Trump's ICE chief is called a Nazi. Same guy, Tom Homan, was in charge of it for Obama. Obama deported in 2012 409,000 people. Trump in 2025, 290. Wow. You got to do the math. It's so frustrating because, like you said, they've taken such an anti-Trump administration position that no matter what he does, even if it is in the name of good intentions, the problem is Minnesota's a sanctuary state. So because they're a sanctuary state, they do not cooperate with ICE. They can arrest somebody for a violent crime, have them in jail, and they release them on the street. And so ICE is forced to go get these people in the streets. Obama's ICE chief gets an award for 920,000 removals. Trump.
And you know what, man? I saw this and I was like, holy shit. You start looking it up. You start looking up his numbers. His numbers are not as high as I thought they were going to be. And other presidents were. So were the numbers fudged? Like, these people make shit up, dude. They make shit up. Was Obama making shit up? Did he have 409,000 people deported from the country? You know what I mean? I don't even know how to answer or look into this. I just get frustrated when you look up what Trump has done, what Obama's done, what Biden did. You know, just let 11 million people in every year for 4 years. So that was awesome. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I think that we're trying to shut down ICE because of HSI, which is better at doing the FBI's job than the FBI. And the FBI is just trying to stay alive right now because they're fucking worthless and Patel's a moron. So I love the fact that everything's falling apart. I love that everything's being exposed. And I love watching our government just crumble. But we can't sit here and keep trying to just destroy one side, everybody. It's not one side, it's both sides. It's both sides. But we need to keep the violent people out. And from what I'm seeing, according to the numbers, is that I do think Trump's doing a better job. If you have less being thrown out, but they're like real bad people, isn't that a better job? And who the fuck were they throwing out before? And what was their process? Because boy, oh boy, They all did it without ICE. So why can't Trump do it without ICE? But what if they didn't do it in the first place? Think about that. Because I don't know, man. Both sides lie to us. They both lie. Doesn't matter. This is a warning from a woman who lives, I forget where she lives, but in Spain. I think she lives in Spain, and they're seeing their country become communist country. They're seeing it become a communist country. This is bad, everybody. Communism's bad. Fascism's bad. Kings, monarchs, bad, bad, bad. They're all bad. And I know, everybody right now, we have a king, we don't have a king, you're fucking wrong. You're wrong, you need to stop. But what she's saying is very accurate and very true, and if we don't stop it, it's going to be true for me and you. Listen.
It's pretty obvious what's going on.
The government of Spain has proven one more time that we are very quickly becoming a communist country. And no, I don't say this only because they legalized 500,000 illegal migrants and probably all of their families. And we all know why they did that. But they are not even trying to hide it anymore. The day after, they passed this law, which by the way, it didn't even go through Congress. No one voted for it.
Okay.
A far-left leader said that their goal is to replace people like me, right-wing Spaniards, for migrants.
That's exactly what they do.
And yes, they are gonna change the law so these people can vote in the next elections.
Yep.
And they are going to give them the passports eventually. But the reason why I say that Spain is a communist country is because they, after announcing this new law, they announced another new law that says that 16 years old or under will no longer be able to use social media.
Yeah.
And how are they gonna control that? Through uploading the ID
That's
or
right.
facial recognition. It's just another tool for them to control us and to punish us.
She's right about it.
Wow, could you imagine what would happen to parents? Oh my God. Wow, dude. No social media until you're 16 by the government? You have to upload your license in order for you to use social media in Spain. That's crazy, dude. Whoa. Those are all things that probably scare a lot of you, right? Because, I mean, how many of you have your kids on the internet and with cell phones in their hands? A lot more of you than are going to admit, I'm sure. Because I will have to say that even out of the people that I regularly hang around with and stuff like that, I still see the majority of children on phones. So this is a wild situation, dude. But if we don't get our shit together, man, we are going to be looking at America becoming a communist or some fucking Israel. It's going to be Israel, dude. You want fucking Israel here? You want Israel controlling us? A country that's only been around for 148 fucking years? We're hitting 250 this year. They should be our bitch. Fuck Israel. Listen to this shit. This guy is going to explain, because now everybody's using GoySlop. You do understand what Goy is, right? Have you read the Talmud? Do you understand what it is? Because it's everybody that's not a Jew is the Goy, and we're all supposed to be slaughtered. And the GoySlop is what keeps us stupid so that we can be under their control. Now we've just turned it into a catchy thing to say about everything that's bad for you, in a sense. So, like I said earlier, if you could just find a new word. So here is GoySlop explained for you. But at the end of the day, man, this means a lot more. This means death. This means control over all of us. We're all goyim or whatever the fuck.
About GoySlop for a sec, right? So I've been an anti-Semite for about 5 years now.
So I've been aware of all of the dog whistles and the GoySlops and blah, blah, blah. GoySlop became a term of just things that are like unhealthy, not good for you, or just not good for your life. Like McDonald's is like GoySlop, or watching Love Island, that's some good GoySlop right there. Because the whole point is that it's supposed to weaken the minds of the Goyim, right? But it's essentially that the Jews, this is what it stems for. It stems from the fact that the Jews are funneling garbage and slop to the Goyim to make them fat and stupid. Consume the GoySlop and get stupid so that the Jews could like run everything. I would argue that the Jews would run everything anyways. I don't see the point of GoySlop. Now it got like mainstream. Majority of people probably don't even know what the Goy part of GoySlop means. They probably just know that it's just stuff that's bad for you.
Right.
Let me talk about GoySlop for a sec, right?
Right. So you have literally taken something, probably don't understand what it is, and you just think it's a fucking new word. And it's not. It's not. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. And yes, that's exactly what they've done. It's worked. Look at the amount of fat fucks in America. You're going to tell me it didn't work? You're going to tell me none of this shit's been working? Interracial marriage, destroying the white man, calling us Nazis. Fuck it. You don't think it's working? It's completely and absolutely working. It's working. It's scary how well it's working. World Economic Forum, Matthew Leo. We can induce meat allergies by using Lonestar ticks to stop the consumption of meat and help the planet. You're going to tell me that this shit, I always thought it was a weapon, dude. I mean, come on. What a better way to push their message, right? Right? Because it's all about what they want. It's all about what they want. They know there's not enough fucking meat on this planet to sustain our population just growing and growing and growing. So, what would be the best way to get people to stop eating the meat? Well, we can't convince them that it's cow farts. We can't convince them of this. We can't convince. It's just climate change is so tiring, everybody. They're tired of climate change. They definitely don't want to see the mechanisms we were putting in those cows to stop their farts. They don't want to see this. They don't want to hear that. They already know that that wasn't true. So what if we got this thing, you know? We got this thing, right? And if you get it, you can never eat meat again. You'll get super sick. Yeah, we invented it. You know, remember when we did that before with Lyme's disease? Yeah, well, we invented Lyme disease. So we figured we'd take Lyme disease to the next level, and we were fucking around with it. And now all of a sudden, Tim can't eat meat anymore. He gets sick. So we've designed something. We'll just throw it in the ticks. We'll just say that it mutated and that it must have caught it from somewhere. Right? Mutations happen. Evolution happens. Yeah. So now, when they get bit and they can no longer eat meat, we now have another consumer of meat down. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. And listen.
So I'll give two examples. So one is that people eat too much meat, right? And if they were to cut down on their consumption on meat, then they would it would actually really help the planet. But people are not willing to give up meat. Yeah, you know, some people will be willing to, but other people, they may be willing to, but they have a weakness of will. They say, wow, this steak is just too juicy. I can't do it. I'm one of those, by the way. So, you know, but so here's the thought, right? So it turns out that we know a lot about, we have these intolerance to, so I, for example, I have milk intolerance. And some people are intolerant to crayfish. So possibly we can use human engineering to make it the case that we're intolerant to certain kinds of meat, to certain kinds of bovine proteins. And there's actually analogs of this in life. There's this thing called the Lonestar tick, where if it bites you, you'll become allergic to meat. I can sort of describe the mechanism. So that's something that we can do through human engineering. We can kind of possibly address really big world problems through human engineering.
Unbelievable, these fucking people. Unbelievable. But I still believe that Lone Star tick did not just pop up, everybody. And what he's talking about is just manipulating us into not being able to have a protein which is necessary for us to live. Like, you have to do protein supplementing at the point where you can no longer take in actual fucking protein. So what they're doing is they're going to make it so that you can't get the actual fucking thing into your body. You have to take a pill or you have to do something else, eat something else that's been processed and put on a fucking shelf and in a package that makes somebody else money instead of eating natural meat and getting natural proteins like we're fucking supposed to. We are not robots, everybody. We can't do this shit. We can't be loaded with plastic. We can't be loaded with metals. We can't not eat real fucking food and fruits. What the fuck is happening, everybody? What is happening? Humanoids are humanoids. Humans are fucking human. Stop trying to manipulate our DNA, you fucking psychopaths. Doing it right in our face, everybody. Right in our face. They're going to fuck with us. Crazy, dude. Absolutely mind-blowing. Now, this is Peter Thiel, one of my favorite fucking people. Okay. This has been going around. This is old. This is not new. But this guy, well, he had nothing to say. Let's put it that way.
Founder of the world's biggest surveillance system that is known, at least publicly, gets asked a question on a podcast. Should humans survive? What do you think his answer is? He's human, right? So it should be, just wait for it. By the way, Peter Thiel, is that an anagram for the reptile? Just wait.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating. Yeah, well, yes? I don't know. I would, this is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation. There's so many questions implicit in this. Should the human race survive?
That is a very strange answer, but now, besides that being a likely answer for someone who is not human, because what kind of human would not want humans to endure? Like, that's very strange. It's interesting when you type in Palantir, that is the name of the all-seeing eye from The Lord of the Rings.
Right.
And it would be all-seeing. Be everywhere, hear everything, etc. Now, here's the crazy part, and this will absolutely blow your mind. So, you know how Satan wanted to be like God?
Yes.
Well, isn't it interesting? God would be everywhere, hear everything, and see everything at the same time. What would AI do? If they fully AI'd everything, AI would hear everything, see everything, and be everywhere, like God. So, is it an interesting phenomenon when Elon Musk says, we are summoning the demon with artificial intelligence? He said that in 2014. I'm telling you, this is some biblical stuff going on. It is not some willy-nilly happen by chance we're developing this AI thing. This is 100% biblical. We are coming to a turning point where we are either going to be merged with machines. We're not going to, but that's what they want. Or true and utter pure human freedom will be restored in its totality, which we have never experienced on Earth yet. So this is about to be freaking huge. And after all of this, we'll also be able to go past the ice wall, by the way. Don't you know? Once all these restrictions, you can't leave the known continents. You can't go past the ice wall. You can't go over there. Once human freedom is restored, we can go explore freaking Agartha. Or Lemuria, or Atlantis, which maybe didn't sink. Maybe it's an island that's out there past the ice wall. I can't wait to explore. There's going to be different insects, different creatures, different trees. Like every continent, there's different trees. Think about the hundreds of other continents past the ice wall.
and all the different amazing stuff. There's going to be waterfalls that are blue. You've never seen some of this stuff like this. But we have to get there first. So keep your head on a swivel. Make sure you have a close relationship with the one and only God. And I love you all. Comment your thoughts below and follow.
Oh, wow, dude. What? Dude. Holy shit, dude. Yes, this is what I've been saying. This is what I've been saying. Yes. They are trying to make a god. Ooh, it's time. Creatine. Creatine. How many milligrams a day are you drinking of fucking creatine, man? This is fucking 15. Creatine. All right. So, oh my God. The AI is going to be turned into a god, all-seeing, all-knowing. What does the devil want? To be God. What can God do? See, hear, everything, all at once. Wow. I told you. It's going to be the easiest way to turn majority of people. Everybody's got the phone. They turn on the God. Then they project it above everybody. So simple, the devil. So simple. Satan trying to take us over with AI. It's just, I think, unfortunately, it might be very true. Now, this is something I don't think is true, but I thought it was interesting because I haven't seen this video yet. But I also have not seen this effect with the snow myself yet. But the snow is weird. Doesn't really act the same way that it did when I was a kid. It is different, but I don't have microscopes. I don't have things, but I play these videos because I do find it to be interesting. And I do think the weather is fucking broken. Look at that.
So, does somebody want to tell me what kind of snow melts like this?
It looks like spider webs. It really does. Looks like spider webs. He's picking it up.
It's like rubbery.
Fucking weird looking.
It's crazy. Look at the film on top of the ice. Look at this.
I don't understand that. It is on top of the ice. It's not just on the ground.
Tell me what kind of snow melts like that.
I see cigarette butts. I see filth. Where are we outside? Can you I don't know. Widen the picture. Give me a little bit more of an idea. It is weird. I'm not going to lie. It's everywhere. It is on top of the snow. It's everywhere. But can I get a little bit of a zoom out here?
Y'all let me know what you think.
I think it's fucking weird. I do. I just want to know more information about its location and how this is happening and how many days was it? What's the temperature out? You know, I need a little bit more information with this. But I mean, come on. Nobody thinks that the weather's fucking broken today. You don't feel like the sun is white. You don't think that the sunflowers are acting odd. You don't think that the snow is different. I will be honest with you. I think that woman was onto something when she said I would not let my kids eat the snow anymore. I think we're onto something there. And it's definitely different, and everybody knows that everything is different. Everybody knows it. You know it deep down inside that nothing is the way it was. And it's not that it just all feels different today, doesn't it? Everything feels very different. I find that to be the most interesting. Now, what if I was to tell you that there is evidence, unfortunately, of protests being set up? I don't know, man. It's pretty tough these days, but these things do happen to make other things happen. So let's just give a listen.
Watch the coordination that they need for everybody before they get their shot. Okay, what sign do you have? We'll take you over here. Okay. You come over here. What sign do you have? You stay here.
On the other side of the speaker, like right over.
Justice for Renee.
And then let's set a line. Let's start a line over here with you guys with the smaller signs.
All of you guys, please, with signs over here,
warned
please.
you about the other day, didn't I?
Come over here, let's do a line over here. Yep.
Oh God, that's a first for me.
Okay.
At least they didn't carry me.
Let's do a line right here. Okay, come on up. So this is sort of the.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, sort of
Did that woman say they didn't move me? That's a first for me. What? So she shows up to these fucking things on the regular and she's like, they usually move me around, but today they're leaving me right here. What?
Reminds me of theater.
Reminds me of theater, because that's exactly what it is, broad theater.
Yeah, she's the
Nothing
one.
is organic with these people.
Wow. She's up front and she's like, yeah, this is really reminding me of theater.
Nothing. And that's what's different between us and them. We go out and get organic stuff. They stage everything. Oh, you notice that they're all middle-aged white people, Eli? Literally every one of them is a middle-aged white person. Not one Somali, not one black person, not one brown person. All middle-aged white people there holding signs. They don't even know what sign. What sign do you have? I don't know, Johnny. Oh, yours says Justice for Renee. Can we have you over here? Push your little walker with your tennis balls on the bottom of it. What about you? Okay, let's line up here at an angle. It reminds me of theater, because it is. Eli, it was like that time that news reporter was out during that hurricane, and there was a complete fabricated stage, wind, fans, and everything blowing. It was like this, right? And people behind him were just walking normally, looking at him when the other camera caught. It's like, these people have never told the truth, ever.
I mean, how not true is that? It's pretty fucking true, dude. It's pretty true. I don't know if the other side is 100% innocent, though. I don't think so. I think they may not stage as much, but I believe they manipulate and or make people do what they want. I think they force the thumb. They force it some other way. Money, bribes, pictures, Epstein list. I mean, they all manipulate. They all manipulate. But I do believe going out there and getting, all of the evidence is good, especially the stuff that exposes them at doing what they do best, which is just lie all the time. We're being inclusive. We care. We care. You don't care. You don't fucking care. You don't care about anybody that you say you care about. You just want to win. And when you win, you will let all of them down. And that's fine. That's fine. I don't care because I got let down. I got let down on the show The Beauty. Has anybody been watching it? Well, I will tell you right now, if you watch episode 6, you're going to get really mad, or some of you are going to get really happy. I will tell you right now, I was bullshit, but then I thought about it, and I guess, if the hormones are right, maybe it could happen. Maybe. Scientifically, that would be the only way it would work. So, I don't know. Take that for what you think. I'm not going to destroy the show here. I don't like to destroy shows. The Beauty is a very good show. I had a really big problem with episode 6. That's all. That's my battle for myself. Now, I thought this was really neat. This is fucking so cool. All right. We have a 500-year-old map. These people drew exactly what they saw. Antarctica, 1587 map. Dragons, griffins, mermaids, giants, land surrounding, and everything before ice. Oh, it must have been a happy world, huh? No ice. Oh, fucking A. I can't resist, people. I don't give a shit. Come get me, son. Check this map out, though, everybody. Check this map out.
This is a pretty interesting map. 1587 shows dry land outside around maybe Antarctica, and all the worlds are connected everywhere, and there's land up in the Arctic. Not only that, we found cyclops, griffins, dragons, what else? There's so many other beasts and creatures we found on this one. Like,
so cool.
right there. I don't know if that's
We've seen these depictions, people.
It's crazy. But if you want a link to this, hit me up in the comments. I'll send it over to you. You can check this craziness out for yourself. And this right here, look at that. Brasilia Regina. This is not Brazil. This is that high Brazil or the other place, because when you go here, you'll see where Brazil is at. Brazil is way over here. Check it out. That's Brazil. This is wild.
It's crazy, man.
Sorry, it's upside down. I could probably flip it. Let me see.
It's so cool. What a cool map.
There was another area here. You have some mermaids. But yeah, that one right there. We showed that last time too.
Yeah, the elephant being carried away by the giant fucking birds, which I think were true.
But not only that, it shows everything pretty much connected. And then check out, like, even where you'd have this little area right here where you'd have like Russia and Africa. You go down here, and this is Japan. Look how big Japan is. I know I gotta flip it again. That's crazy to me. So I just found it really interesting, and just thought it was cool and wanted to share this map with everybody because it was so neat, and there's so many different animals drawn on here that are different, and then all the land going around it, and then like you have some of these little passageways that are showing. It's just so neat. And there are several maps he made like this. This one's a circular one here, and it actually has even some writings inside here as well. But there's a couple others that he had made. This map, when it's put together, I think it's like 9 foot by 9 foot. It's pretty wild. Anyways,
Fuck, dude.
More of these. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
That's such a cool map, everybody. I don't know, man. I've never, ever seen that map. I've never seen that map. That is really neat because if you look at it, it's before all the earthquakes and the separations and everything else. And that is crazy to me because that would mean that the expansion of our world is endless, and there's so much more. But where did the ice walls come from? Where did the fucking deep freeze come in? Like, was it Nephilim? Was it, you know what I mean? Did they build this machine to try and stop something from happening? Right? Maybe as the world started like earthquaking and continents started separating, maybe they built that fucking machine to live in to freeze over the continents to keep them from fucking moving. Maybe they were trying to stop them from separating. I don't know. Sounds fun. But that's crazy, though. A 500-year-old map. Wild, wild. Now, are you ready for this? This right here, man, crazy to me. I can't say that I didn't eat these when I was a kid, but holy shit, if this is true.
You better stop feeding yourself Oreos after this.
You are literally feeding your kids plastic glue and industrial lubricants. I'm talking about Oreos that cream in the middle. It's not cream at all. It's rapeseed oil whipped with emulsifiers that act like edible glue, holding the sludge together, and the cookie part, stripped cocoa and chemical stabilizers enough to start clogging your arteries if you eat them too much. I scanned them with the Reveal It app, and it came back as 82%.
And you know what's crazy? They put Oreo flavor on everything. Like, before they even do cookies and cream, Oreo. What is Oreo, bro? And they put this flavor on everything like it's just a commodity. That glue, just putting the glue everywhere. Oreo flavored this, Oreo flavored this. Nah, I don't want none of that, bro. I don't want none of these brands, bro. Enjoy your GoySlop.
There it is again. There it is. Oh, enjoy your GoySlop. Oh, yeah, this fucking word is going to take off, isn't it? Fucking dumb idiots. Well, hopefully you know what GoySlop is, because I feel like this is just a word being thrown around without any explanation to what it actually means, and it's just irritating to me. But go ahead, because it does mean that it's making you fat, it does mean it's making you stupid, and it does mean that it's making it easier for you to control at the end of the day. So, Oreo, the flavor, never thought of that. What is that flavor? I have no idea. 82% processed. It is basically edible glue. Enjoy your Oreos, everybody. Enjoy your Oreos, everybody. That is the episode today. Thank you so much, as always, for watching, subscribing, all the things that all my subscribers do. I appreciate all of you. If you're new, stopping by or checking it out, remember to subscribe. Set the alarms if you want to know when all the new episodes upload. Want an opportunity to be a guest or tell your story? talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. It's the official email of the podcast. Send an audio, video, or type it out. And then, of course, don't forget about that Linktree link. Check out everything else, TWT, Instagram, Facebook, all the good stuff. And I just hope everybody out there enjoys their Thursday. I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. And as always, I will talk to you next week.